Our friend Doc Tony is back, and today we're talking about posture. And to start out, it was something that I noticed in one of my kids, tech neck. When they're on their little devices and they start to do this, and I'm like, no, they're too little for this to happen. But it's pretty serious, and it could lead to a whole bunch of other things. And we have a picture here just showing what tech neck is, right? It's something that we all do. We're all guilty of. Right. We're on our device. This is what our posture looks like.
And it's really bad for kids to do that because, you know, kids, their bones are not fully developed. Okay, they're cartilage. So when they're sitting here and they're bending over here like this, they're deforming their bones permanently. If you you can't take a full-grown tree and bend it, but you can take a baby tree and you can bend it. If you leave it bent, that's how it's going to grow. So it's really important for kids to not be in those positions, not allow your kids to be in those positions. You want them to work their device looking at an eye level. Now, adults should do this too because they can't necessarily change the structure of their bones forever, but they damage the soft tissue. If you take any joint in your body, just take your finger and push it the wrong way, it puts stress on your soft tissue. So when you have this poor posture and you're slouching and you got your neck and you're looking down at your phone for hours and hours at a time, it's putting unnecessary stress on your soft tissue, which is going to lead to arthritis. And it can affect you not just physically, but mentally as well.
And we have another photo here that kind of shows the angle and then the weight that happens because it's almost like a counterbalance that's pulling. So you can look at the different degrees and then what that equates to as far as pounds. Look at 60 degrees, it's 60 pounds that you're putting really on your spine.
Well, your head needs to be balanced over your shoulders. If it's not balanced over your shoulders, as soon as you go forward like this, then gravity's pulling it down towards the ground. And what's left trying to hold it up are the muscles. You're just putting undue stress on areas that don't need that stress. Okay, so just having proper posture can not only just help you be free of neck pain and back pain, but also people develop knee pain. We were talking about this, hip pain, knee pain. Anytime you change the mechanics of how anything works, you're gonna get a symptom.
And we were talking about tech neck going like this, but just sitting at your desk or sleeping, that was one of the things you talked about before, how you position your body is still going to hinder your posture.
Well, people have jobs where they're sedentary, they're sitting for long periods of time, and when you're sitting and you lose that curve in your spine, a lot of people are just gonna sit and they're gonna, so what you do is you've lost all the normal curves in your spine. That's why you see people and you can see like they have that hump in the back of their neck. That's because these bones are becoming more prominent because when you have proper posture, those bones are going down. When you have poor posture, you can see how those bones become more prominent. You can see that on somebody's neck right there, on somebody who has posture that's been poor for a long period of time. And they also get what's called a forward head tilt. Because their head, they've been here so long that your body, your muscles in the front are actually shortened and contracted. The muscles in the back becoming lengthened and weakened, and you have this imbalance, and it's just going to lead to...
It's a whole chain reaction.
It's a whole chain reaction that continues to lead to different problems.
And there's even like signs and symptoms. Somebody could come into you and say, hey, I actually have a headache. Well, that could be caused from bad posture.
There's many different reasons that people have headaches, but a common reason is cervicogenic headaches. And that's because they're having poor posture. If I gave anybody anything and we put it in your arm and I put a 5-pound weight and you had to hold it there, it's only a period of time before this muscle gets fatigued.
And then you start to shift and do other things.
You're going to compensate. When you're sitting here and you have poor posture, these muscles all day here are straining to hold up the weight of that head. So towards the end of the day, they start to get fatigued. That's why a lot of people their headaches will start in the base of their neck, and then they radiate up into the front. These are headaches that are easily corrected through proper posture, and again, proper sleeping. Sleeping, you want to have good posture when you're walking, when you're sitting, and when you're sleeping. How many people sleep with their head face down and their head just twisted? You can't breathe face down, so you turn your head. So all night long, your spine is twisted. That's why when people get up in the morning, they get up, they're like, even their shoulder. And then once they get up and they get moving, like, okay, I feel a little better.
I feel like that's like everyone.
I mean, so many people, because you don't think like something as simple as sleeping in this position is going to have such a profound effect on your health.
What are some things we could do throughout the day just to make sure that we are doing the right things, like body mechanics? One
simple thing to do is just draw your shoulders back. Squeeze your scapulas.
Yeah.
And then you see, even when people do that, you'll still see their head is way here. Right? So then what you want to do is just get in the habit of tucking your chin and actually retracting your head. And you work on this for a period of time. If you do this just for a couple of weeks, you can actually make posture a good habit. Like this is showing somebody biomechanically, even when you lift things up. You know how many people hurt themselves picking things up because they'll bend at their waist instead of bending at their knees, keeping their back straight. Somebody working at a computer, you want to keep it straight. If you're standing, you want your computer at eye level. Anytime you have to take your head and look down, and you're doing this for hours at a time, anyone that has done this, you know how it affects your neck.
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. Tony, thank you again for all your time and information. This is something that's very important, and it affects everyone. To learn more, you can give him a call, 1-800-DOC-TONY, or you can visit him online, doctony.org, and online, you actually have a whole bunch of
You can go to my
videos.
Facebook, Doc Tony Facebook, and actually learn. I got some stretching exercises and some strengthening exercises to help people who've had poor posture for a period of time, and you want to work towards correcting that. You go to Doc Tony Facebook, there's some stretching and some exercises on there for you.
Thanks, Sam. We appreciate it.
No worries, always a pleasure. Be blessed, Jacksonville.
Stick around, more to come right after this.